Hello, 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 Gemini. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? Hope everybody's good. Today is the 19th, guys. You guys are really sort of blessed today because I'm doing the energies for the 19th through the 25th. So we're right on the mark. I really like when this happens because our energies are right on then. And we can actually see. If we do them earlier, things can change, energies can change, a lot of things. If I could do all your readings on the week, at the start of the week, I would definitely do that. However, I can't because of time. I don't like to do them a couple weeks out or even a month out because the energies do change. And also with full moons and new moons change too. So we're going to get started here. I got a new deck yesterday, oracles, and I'm going to start out with this. I get really good energies off of this deck yesterday, and I guess it's because I like this writer. It's definitely it's the oracles of the seven energies. So the seven energies, you know, your chakras kind of thing. And I really like this. So I'm going to use the Divine's card for this today, and I'm going to use the other oracles because I'm just getting used to this deck. Otherwise, I use all of it. And I like to mix decks. One time I thought, you know, why don't I mix a couple of decks together and see what we get? Because we could get double things then if it's really, really important. But you know what? Not right now. Not unless Divine says so. So anyway, so we're going to do this. This is 19th through the 25th. We do have a full moon in Aquarius on the 23rd. Now, what is that going to mean? Well, it's going to mean really important things because in August, we have a full moon on the 23rd. So we've got energies, some energies bouncing back between these full moons. So I am going to do a full moon reading on the 23rd, but I don't know what time. So subscribe and hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on, or when I upload the thumbnail for that so you can see what the time is. I think I'll probably get it up by tomorrow. However, if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll never miss it. So 23rd, not quite sure. Now, those full moon energies start tomorrow. They start coming in tomorrow. So watch that full moon. It's in Aquarius. So definitely sort of watch the Aquarian energies and see. But also, too, the second full moon in August is in Aquarius. So, again, just not to repeat myself, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on, and you can go from there. And they're all live. So you can come in and pop in and say hello or ask a question or whatever. So let's get started. Again, I love the energies of this deck. I really, really do. These are oracles for those that are new. They're not tarot deck. It's not a tarot deck. It's sort of like where we get our theme from for our reading. Some people use them, some people don't. Okay, this is just going to be the Divine's card because I love the energy of this. So let's see what the Divine has going for you guys. And then I'm going to pull the current energies. Definitely. I'm going to pull the other energies, current energies for this week, 19th through the 25th, and then also the future energies, which is pretty much astrology, okay? That is going to be through this deck here, all right? Whoa, all right already. Now I don't know which one was first. I'm going to flip them. I'm going to do them again. It's because I do not want to give the wrong cards, all right? Divine will make it happen if he wants it to happen. So no announcements this week. No real announcements this week. I do have to say thank you for these. The 17th here a couple days ago was my first year anniversary on YouTube. If you haven't seen that video, I just want to thank you personally for a year of journey, a year of amazement. Very, very fun year, challenging year to learn how to do YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for being a viewer, whether you've come on once and brought somebody, whatever. I just am grateful. So thank you very much for supporting my channel. Very, very much appreciated. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Does he have to show all the same ones all the time? Okay. So because this is a new deck and I don't know all the numbers yet and the meanings behind them from the artist and the writer, we have the number 5, which is sort of a novice energy, which really popped up in the oracles here that I wasn't quite sure if I should have pulled that card. It might have been one of the cards I should have pulled, but we'll see here. It is the number 5, so something new, but it's a little unstable. It's like it's not sure of a direction. It's like new. It's sort of like one of those nervous energies that you really are excited, but you're nervous and that kind of a thing. So it's not quite stable yet. So, and it's called the higher view. I think I have an idea why the divine picked this card. So it is the number 41, but 41 does turn it because somebody's going to say, but Pat, if you don't know numerology, you wouldn't know. But you're going to say, but it says 41 and you said it's the number 5. Well, because of numerology, you transfer numbers. Okay. So this higher view is sometimes our lives are a suction cup to the ends of our noses and we can't see beyond ourselves. So this happens to everyone once in a while. We fall into an automatic. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? We fall into an automatic response to life and react from a learned, conditioned, rather than one of awareness. I talk about this in Core Foundations all the time, and that's in my videos and stuff like that, right? So it's conversely, the avoidance of our triggers could keep us in our comfort zone, policing our attempts to new things. Main thing here is where the higher self. You got to go get to your higher self. And your higher self, where is that? That's divine. That second dimension. You know, people talk about third, fourth, fifth dimension. I'm talking just where divine is. In a second dimension where you cannot see, touch, feel anything, but you know it's there because you listen to your intuition and everything. This is higher self. And the reason, oh, he is so freaking smart. Ooh, I love his wisdom. Because in your current energy, it's called birth and rebirth. So in order to, and where he's saying birth and rebirth, for somebody who thinks from their head and not their spirit and their intuition, and that's where they've been thinking in the past, the old self. And now they really want to change because maybe things aren't working out or things aren't turning out, that they want to give divine a chance. I want to follow you. I want to really listen to you. I want to listen to my intuition. I want to listen to my higher self. That is where it is either birth or rebirth. Because if you've never done it before, that is your birth. But if you sort of know about it and you used to do it and you're coming back to it, that is a rebirth. So it's becoming more aware. It's coming to that next level. But if you've never ever done it before and you don't know how to do it, it is a birth. And the way that that has to happen is the old self goes away, new self. How do I know? I've been there. I've done it. I've lived the world, didn't work, spiraled down, roller coaster life all over the place. And then when I just said, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I want to follow the way the divine wants me to go, where my path is and everything. Then that actually changed my life around 100%. 180. I'm telling you from experience. And that's where I began to make my choices and decisions in that second dimension, listening to divine, listening to my intuition. I was just telling my daughter this morning. I hired somebody in bookkeeping that my intuition was saying, no, 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 don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But you know what? My human side, I want to be a humanitarian. She needs a job. She's down on her luck. She knows what I need to have in bookkeeping. Let's give her a chance. Wiped me completely out. If I would have listened to my intuition and what divine was telling me, trying to protect me, I would never been wiped out. My fault. Not anybody else's fault. And divine's not saying, I told you so. He's just saying, baby, you got a lesson to learn. You learned it the hard way. I was trying to protect you. Okay? Because what happens is we get the goblin. This is our future energy. The goblin, sorry about that. I forgot to turn my phone off. I deeply, deeply apologize because it throws your energies out. So I'll bring them back in. The goblin is the wounded human ego, the number 4. So it's not stable because it's wounded. Okay, so now we've got number 5 I'll tell you, look at, you've got Divine's card here, and then you've got the universe card here for your future. What are they? They're the same thing. This, I keep telling people that they just, this universe and divine and God and Holy Spirit and all that, it's all the same energy, guys. Love, period. But the thing is, with these two cards right now, the Goblin is about your ego. You got to be right. There's, how many people do you know that sit there and they got to be right? They got to be right. And you know what? Even if they were wrong, they wouldn't say it. That ego, that arrogant, a little bit of arrogance, that pride, that kind of a thing. You got to let go of that and let divine have it. Yeah. So this is going to be something new for somebody, and it's going to be hard because because it is new. It's unstable. You're a novice at it. It's okay to be a novice at something. What are you a novice at right now? That's how you learn. That's how you grow. And that's how you find out if that's your purpose and your calling. Because you set your pride aside and you say, I'm going to go for it. I am going to go for it. And I'll tell you how, from experience working with Divine for many years. Since I was little. The thing is that if it is not of divine, he begins to make it really hard for you. Things sort of get in the way. Things sort of, like aren't working out. And then you have to ask yourself, is this because I need to persevere? Or is this because divine's stepping something in the way that I'm going down the wrong path? That's why you have to get with your higher power. You have to get with your higher self. You have to learn how to listen. It's like being a baby at something. You have to learn from the very beginning. Well, Pat, how do I learn that? You first start with your intuition and stepping out in faith. And pay attention to what you're in. If you see red flag, ooh, he's really good looking. Oh, yeah, but what comes out of his mouth is ugly. Do you still go out with them? Your head says, oh, yeah, but maybe this is just, today. Maybe this is just him. Maybe he'll change. No, you say, oh, ugly words, bye. But your head's still wanting to go this way, but your heart is saying, no, ugly words. That's going to get worse. So you don't do it. Does that make sense? That's your intuition and your spirit talking to you. Trust me, when you listen to your spirit and talk to your spirit, you'll know. You will know. Okay. So let's get going with your spread. Definitely looking towards the future here. Somebody's looking towards their future, something birth or rebirth in looking in your higher power for work or your career. You're going to have definitely some opportunities here. Let me get the spread out and I'll share this all with you. And definitely somebody out there, guys, is stressed out. All right. All right, Divine, pick the cards, please. I like it when they fall because then I know it's not me or even me trying to do it. Thank you. And what I really don't like is when they've got them flying all over and I have to pick them up off the floor. Oh my gosh. All right. So, thank you. So your first card out is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about looking at your future in a creative and a light manner. So not being so serious about it, saying, okay, I really would like to go this way. Is this is a potential? Is this the potential that I should be doing? Because you have the Ten of Pentacles next. This is beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles is all about I love the Ten of Pentacles because it is not about getting some of your earthly things that you desire, but it is also getting unconditional love. It is also getting things of your mind that you want, all the desires that you deeply want with your mind, body, and soul, and your spirit. Then basically that's where it's handed. However, we got two pentacles. We've got a lot of authority here. Okay, so there is maybe somebody's looking at wanting to go into a higher position or into a management position or a director position or something of that nature. And maybe if you're in business, you're looking at the higher CEO, corporate kind of stuff that you want to be up in designing and directing and that, because the Page of Wands is definitely about creativity. He is, he goes with his own flow. He likes he toots his own horn. He likes to go that own way. So in the middle of your spread, there's going to be an opportunity where you can do whatever you love to do. This is again your potential. This is where you're going to have a birth and rebirth. This is um, this is the part where you're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's new to you. And when something is new, we do feel uncomfortable, but make sure you stay with it to make sure it is what's your path. Okay. But like I said, somebody's stressing over something. They're not sleeping well. They're thinking too much in themselves. They're thinking too much from their head, from themselves, from this earthly body, just like the higher view was saying. So we really want to release that. So if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're having a trouble eating, trouble, you're just, and maybe you're talking about something that is going on, then you are not allowing the vibrations and energies of the divine to come in and help you make a decision and decide it. Best thing you can do if you're not sleeping really well is say, when you lay your head on the pillow, just say, you know what, God, divine, Holy Spirit, what I need to do is release this and give this to you. While I sleep, you take it because I need sleep. I need to get rest. I got to get this off my mind. I got to stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about him. Stop thinking about her. Whatever. You just release it and surrender so that he can work at night. I like the divine because he's sort of like a gardener. We can't see what's going on under the ground with that seed that's growing. We're like, is it growing? Did I water it enough? Did I feed it enough? Is it got some roots yet? Is it going to come up off the ground? And you can't see. And that's the way the divine is. He works in the dark. He works in the dark so that he can bring the light. So at night when you're sleeping, give it to him and see how much better you sleep that night. It's really, really interesting because here we got the emperor who's authority. And if you look at the emperor is about making wise decisions or knowledge from earth or divine, depending on where that emperor is coming from. But he definitely is extremely knowledgeable. Give it to him. Give it to the divine. Give it to the divine because all knowing. All knowing, all knowing, all knowing. So the thing is, what you want to do is get your wisdom, not from earth, because earth wisdom, and it's not even wisdom to me. I call earth knowledge and I call spiritual wisdom because earth knowledge changes. It's not even a true thing. It's more prideful. It's more ego. It's more what I think, what my philosophy, what my everything is, and it's this world, our government, this is our government, this is our philosophy, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, where is your core foundation? Okay, we do have another 5 here, and that is the 5 of Pentacles. We got lots of Pentacles. However, the 5 of Pentacles sometimes means that somebody's feeling left out. This is a challenge card for you. This is sort of something to you can either avoid. So somebody's feeling that, they're being left out in the cold, that they're being left or they're being abandoned, that nobody's paying attention to them. This is your thought process to not think that way because they're not. Okay? Because in this world, in your journey, you do it alone with divine. So if somebody's going to leave you, let them go because it's not the season's either ended or it's not the right time, or if it is of divine, they'll come back to you. Okay. So your challenge is to not self-talk yourself into low vibrational things like, oh, I'm all alone, I'm lonely, oh my gosh, I just don't know. I can't do this alone. I just don't know how to do this alone. This is why this is where your challenge is coming from. And if you look at the 9 of Swords, 9 in numerology is very intense. This means it's like at the forefront. It's thinking, you're thinking. And you've got a very beautiful 10 here that something needs to end. You've got a lot of authority here. You've got the king, you've got the emperor. So somebody needs to really to seek wisdom and knowledge from a mentor, an elder, a coach, whatever it is to what you're wanting to do. It's sort of like when you're in college. You don't just go through college and take your courses. You go to an advisor, an academic advisor to find out what courses you need to. So you don't want to waste time. That's life as well. You don't want to waste time, because time is very precious. You're going to get sick of me saying that because it is so precious. You know, if you think, if I were to sit here and ask you, what's the most important thing to you? What is the most important thing to you? You probably would not say time. You would say my mom, my dad, my family. Those are great things to have important. However, you can't get back time. You have to make memories. Memories. But you do. You have to. Wow. Ooh, you got a lot of stuff coming in here that is new. New, 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 new. Love it. Somebody is getting ready to grow to that next level. I love it. Oh my gosh. So remember I said that energy? And you've got to pay attention not only to divine, well, I take that back. I'm sorry. Listen to divine first. He's the number one source. However, he gives us other tools to work with. These cards are a tool. They are a resource. They are not the source. So you got to go to the source, resource, numerology, resource, astrology, resource. These are things we put together to see if they actually jive with divine. Yes, it depends on the reader. Your reader has to know divine, has to have a relationship with divine. Okay, so where'd this go? So next thing I want you to remember and think of, really, really important. So divine is talking about something new as a novice, that it's unstable. So you're getting to know it because you've got 4 number 5s. And if you look at this one here is the Hierophant, and this is what 5 of Wands. Okay, this is going to be a spiritual battle for somebody. You're going to want to stand your ground. This is that pride that's coming out. You're going to want to stand your ground and think earthly. Okay, but this is not an earthly time. And I will tell you, 2021 is spiritual awakening tenfold for a lot of people. This is something that people are wanting to hold on to because our world is so messed up. It's so deceitful, full of lies, all kinds of stuff. And it's so easy to follow into that trap. And people are like confused. How do I know if I should go or not? Because I don't want to fall into a trap. I don't want to be duped. I don't want to do all this kind of stuff. So this is brand new. This is number 5. But the head of that is divine, Hierophant. Higher view. Okay. But we have the 5 of Wands. So what that means is you're going to stand up for yourself, which is great, which you want to do. However, stand up yourself in absolute truth, not truth, not earthly truth, because it comes and goes like a fart in the wind, depends on who says it. It's like the news. Do you believe everything the news says? No. Oh, the world's flooding. Well, what part of the world? It's sort of like when they talk about endangered species. Oh my gosh, all the elephants are dying or they're endangered. What part of the world? If you really know anything about endangered species and the study of that kind of stuff, when they say something's endangered, it just means it's endangered for that part of the world. So you got to get down to the core foundation of where they're talking about and what they're starting at. This is sort of what you need to do for yourself. You have to get down to the core foundation, where you started and what's causing you hurt and to be stuck. Because the 3 of Swords is about hurt, pain, and being stuck as well in this instance. Okay. So the Hierophant can heal. The Hierophant will heal. And time heals. Time is, oh my gosh. Time is actually just an earthly thing. But the thing is, time will heal your heart. Time will actually get you, you got to just have patience with yourself. Put it that way. But we all have pain. We all have hard work. You got something new coming in. It is going to be hard. It's going to be a little bit painful. You might have to sacrifice a little bit. However, this newness is towards your journey, towards your future. All right. Oh my gosh, where does the time go? You know what? I'm going to put a poll out there and see. I do love and relationships at the end because, like, this reading has no love as far as relationships. But I want to put a poll out there. I'm going to start doing that this week. Not with, I think on this next week's reading, definitely I will do that. I'm going to start putting a poll if people do enjoy having love and relationships at the end. Okay, because I do take time to do that. It makes the readings a little bit longer, but I don't know if you're enjoying it. So I'm going to do a poll. So please comment if you like the love and relationships at the end. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. And then we have the Empress. We have a power team here. We have the Empress and the Emperor. So we have some major arcana. Oh, thank you so much, Christina. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my t-shirts. They're all Disney. You know why? Because my daughter was a cast member and we bought all these t-shirts when she was a cast member. So all my t-shirts, silly enough, are Disney. But you know what? I'm young at heart, so I wear t-shirts. But this is a powerful thing here because we have definitely huge arcanas here. This is about wisdom, guys. This is not about human knowledge. This is about wisdom. Where are you going to get it? This is what's going to help you stop feeling depressed, stop helping you sleep. It will help you sleep. It will help you stop thinking about number one first off, or whatever this problem or person is first off. Have you ever had a person that's a thorn in your side and you just like don't really like them? Try to turn it around and make them not your friend, but your just sort of like just be nice to them, be cordial to them, and turn it around. You'll be shocked at what happens. However, this is all about divine wisdom. Major power here. You got 2 major arcanas here, 3 major arcanas here, and so this is definitely all about wisdom. You also have the King of Pentacles, but he's not a major arcana. And then you got the number 9 again twice. So this is really, really important. This is up front to be paying attention to your higher power, your higher self. So this week, listen to your intuition. And if you start getting down and you start self-talking, well, I'm alone, because I hear somebody keep saying, well, I'm alone, I'm tired of doing things alone. Well, if you're tired of doing things alone, then the only way to do that is join in a group somewhere to maybe gain a friend. It doesn't mean you want to gain a ton of friends, but you got to get around people in order not to be alone. And I'll tell you, these dating sites, the only reason why I know about dating sites is because as a criminal justice major, that's what I studied in, scams and all these things of, deceit. So fraud, basically. Yeah, I could go off on all that for hours. But the thing is, the number 9 is really prevalent. And when you start talking yourself down, feeding yourself negative thoughts, when you're feeding, well, I'm not smart enough. Stop that. Yes, I am smart enough. I'm smart enough to do stuff. This is the divine and this is your higher self coming in. When you stop yourself in the tracks, then you begin to change your habit, your mindset, and you keep doing it and doing it. It takes about 21, 28 days. Somebody asked me, well, how long is it going to take? Depends on how old you are and how long you've been feeding yourself crap and lies. So the thing is that the more that you do it, the more it will change. So if you do it once a day, but you talk to yourself 20 times in negative, it's going to take longer because you're not recognizing this human ego that you've been carrying around for so long. Very prideful ego. Because, and I'm not saying prideful in a bad way. It's just a human way of thinking. So for somebody, I don't know who that is, for somebody out there, is that when you begin to think of yourself, and you're, oh, well, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I'm so this, stop. I'm going to get you in the gym and start talking to you like I did used to do my clients. Stop. But really, because it's not true. Fat is needed on a body. Now, if you're overeating, I'll tell you, if you're overeating and you're overweight, it's because there is something broken inside that you have not addressed. And maybe that you need to rebirth, because that's part of your core foundation that's keeping you stuck. It is some kind of pain that is keeping you stuck. There's a pain of something that is keeping you stuck. That is what I tell my clients. And you know what? I would probably say 2 out of 3 clients have either gone through trauma or some kind of abuse or something of somebody teaching them a bunch of lies, a bunch of crap. And then that whole person as a little child grows up thinking that way until they're in their 20s and 30s. Then they're like, you know what? I need to fix this. Been there. That's why I'm doing the video called Picking Up the Pieces. I guess I was told by people that get paid on YouTube not to say the S word, but it's about that kind of abuse. So it's more about, yeah. And anyway, when it comes out, I'm going to play it because I'm not monetized. So I can put anything out there. And if they want to take it down, well, then I'll have to change a few words. Whoopee. Not a big deal. But I do want to help people that have been through sexual abuse, or to help others understand what we go through and how we can survive, how we can actually heal and then live with it. Yes, you will live with it the rest of your life. However, if you do your homework, then you can minimize the triggers. And that's what I help people in. Anyway. All right. Christina, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm going to do love, and I'll do love really quick because I'm already in 30 minutes. I told myself I was going to shorten these up, but Divine says no, I guess. So anyway, so let's do a little bit of love. I love that. I want to sing the Love Boat. I'm old. Do any of you guys even know the Love Boat out there? I love that. I used to love the bartender. What was it? Isaac? Was his name Isaac? Oh my gosh, I used to love that show. And what's funny, being a travel agent in the day, we sell a lot of cruises. And yeah, I'm going to book a Disney cruise in 2022. Wouldn't that be fun to do a tarot or have a viewers, anybody that wants to go on a cruise, all go on a cruise together? Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, let's get going here. Because you know me, guys, I will ramble. I'm a chatter. All right. So, okay, so we have the Horse King, which is assistance and control. And that's the number 6. So, again, we assistance. Okay, where are we getting our assistance from? So, when we have a problem with our relationships, what Divine is asking, where do you go? Do you go to your friends? Do you go to somebody who has been married 20, 30, 40 years? Where do you go when you need help with that? Because this is about improving your relationship. Okay. Now, love can be love of a friend, could be a relationship, could be a new relationship, could be dating. You know how we do that. I will tell you from experience, ladies, it is not wise to go to your friends for advice. Not unless it's an elder that has been married 20, well, I would almost say, 25, 30 plus years. Because it's not your journey. They do not know your journey. Okay? So you need assistance, yes. Go to somebody who's been there, done that, maybe has some ideas, because they can't give you really advice. We can't give you advice. We can give you ideas because it's your journey, your path, which way you go. However, when we ask for assistance, it should come from wisdom and higher knowledge. We want a higher view. Okay, so we want that higher knowledge. If it's not from them, then you need to seek the divine, because any problem between a relationship needs to be discussed and communicated between the two people or those involved. Because you know what? I was watching a show and the whole family is toxic. It's like maybe this needs to be a family discussion with maybe a counselor or whatever. However, we want to discuss that. That needs to be communication between two people. Okay? And control, we need to release that control. We don't have to be right every time, guys. We don't have to be right. Pick your battles. Pick your battles. This is about improving your relationships, growing that bond closer. We don't need to be in control all the time. All right. All right. Let's see what else. Sorry, guys. I'm not touching myself. I got a hair that's tickling my arm. People are like, what is she doing? Anyway, okay. Let's get this last card out, Divine, so that these people can go on their way and enjoy their day. And if there's any other message that you want to give them, please have it come through at this time. I would appreciate it. I pray this in your name. Okay. Do I have these? Yep, I have. These are upside down, so this is actually should be upside right. Step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. What we were talking the whole time here. Number 5, something uncomfortable, something out of the box. And it's a fear. When we step out of our comfort zone in any relationship, if you're afraid to ask something, or if you're worried about something, if you don't ask, that's just fear holding you back. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask. Worst thing they can say is no. And if they say no, then this person or whatever it is not meant for your journey right now. Maybe in the future, but maybe never. So you want to be able to ask, because again, I'm going to go back to time is precious. If you don't ask and you wonder, where'd this card go? Was that in this one? When you're sitting there worrying, you're wasting time. If you don't know, you got to face and have this birth or rebirth. Ask. Get your self-esteem, get your self-worth. You've got a lot of self-worth in you. Get that built up in you. That is that negative talk. And that's what I'm saying, high power. Thing is that you're holding yourself back. And step out of your comfort zone and ask. Ask and ye shall receive. I'll tell you that's really true. I've lived it. So definitely any relationship, whether this is a love relationship, something new, you could, usually let the guy sort of lead, but then you say, well, are you interested in me as far as dating, or did you want to be friends, or what? Then that way you don't say, I wonder if he wants to date. I wonder if he wants to go out. I wonder if he did it. I wonder if, blah, 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 blah. Ask. I wonder if they're coming back. I have a video for that. It's like, please watch that. But the thing is that if you're wondering, hey, you know what? You've been gone for 2 weeks. Were you planning on coming back? Were you thinking about getting back together? Were you whatever? Take hold. And you can take a little bit of control of that. You know why? Because you don't want to waste your time. However, don't try to control the whole thing. Let the divine lead on that. But don't be afraid to step out, and be strong and be confident in who you are, because God made you who you are, strong, confident. And as a woman, that's what you've got inside your spirit. Listen to that spirit. Listen to that intuition. All right. Whew. I'll let you guys go. It's been a long reading. I deeply apologize. I hope you guys have a good week. Now, remember, those energies of the new moon or the full moon are coming in starting tomorrow, the 20th, and there's going to be a full moon on the 23rd. If you want to learn what kind of moon that is, well, it is a moon in Aquarius. However, it has another couple of names, and if you want to learn those, log in on or if you're working, you can't, but come in live, and that's the 23rd. Subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on. Or just go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you've enjoyed this, if you watched it at all, please, please, please hit the likes. YouTube really watches us on the likes. I don't understand it, but you know what? I'm a boomer. What can I say? But I am a live boomer. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Take care, and you guys make sure that you walk in absolute truth, higher power, higher self, and in love. Take care.